Hi folks, and welcome to this week's Skippy track guide at Oran Park, and it's quite fun around here. It's not my favourite circuit, to be brutally honest. I think I'm a little bit off pace here, and the other racing driver excuse I'm going to call it, I don't know if you can see it just on that picture there, my front wing is bent, and this is the last corner, and the last corner is down into a braking zone, and I think, well, on the very first lap I did it, the nose hit the deck as I was applying on the brakes, and it bent my front wing, so it might be worth lifting up the SPO from 5 to maybe 4 or 3, just to give us a bit more ground clearance. Anyway, I am waffling. Let's crack on with what we're doing here. Track temp 73 Fahrenheit, degrees will be above my head. Track usage always 45%. The lap I'm going to show you is lap 9, where we did a 14.138. So yeah, not too bad. I'd like to get into 13s, to be brutally honest, but I was quite happy with the low 14s. Quite a cool track, so fingers crossed that should translate in over to the races that we see. Otherwise, guys, the O laps and B laps will be on my Discord as always, along with the telemetry. I think I did record telemetry from this. I hope I did. If it isn't, I do apologise. Keep forgetting to press the little button on me steering wheel to put the telemetry on. But yeah, let's crack on with it. Right, start finish straight, quite a good run down turn 1, and turn 1 is very, very tricky. So end of the wall for pit exit. I'm going to pause it a bit longer here because turn 1 is very awkward to get right. It's almost flat out, but not quite, and if you do lift off completely, you will spin out. It's very tricky, and once it's done, you got to stand on the brakes, but not enough to unsettle the car. Really awkward braking zone this. It's very awkward on the first 2 laps at least. Avoid the curve of turn 2 completely. It's pretty dangerous, pretty bumpy as well, but you can ride this exit one here. Short dash down turn 3, and you want to aim for just before the curb and start standing on the brakes. Really heavy braking zone. You can see the car gets a little bit unsettled. I'm just pushing the brakes a bit too much. First gear, again, miss the curb on apex and run out wide. Be careful running too far wide. It's technically a blind exit, which is not nice to get right. And we're straight into another corner. So tyre barrier on the left hand side, we're dabbing on the brakes and then turn it in. Really bumpy on exit, so get the nose in as much as you can and run out wide. Really important to get a good exit up the hill now to the bridge, and basically the bridge is our turning in marker. So just so we can see the whole of the bridge about now, we start turning in. Big lift, but don't completely come off the throttle. Try and tickle the curb on the way past, but you don't want to hit it too much because you get some grass and it can unsettle it. Again, not much runoff, so be careful about running too far wide. Curb here, you want to brake and turn in very early for the corner. You want to turn in and then straighten up and then turn in again, because if you turn in too late, you just understeer wide. So be mindful of that. Really tricky corner to get right. This one is absolutely lovely. So just after the curve starts, you want to brake down to 3rd, and you can absolutely smother the apex curb. You can take loads of the curb, and it's really nice to go over there. Really rewarding corner to get right. Stay middle of the track on exit because we've got a nice fast chicane coming up that's basically not a corner. So be very careful. It's a blind second apex, so if you do cut that, it is an off track, so be very careful. And this one is braking into the dip, and this is where I broke my nose cone. So just there is where it dips, where I damage it. So raise up that SPO, should be handy for you. Again, stay nice and tight, late apex to avoid this wall on exit, and it's really important to get right with a good exit down the start finish straight again, and that is us done and dusted. Really short lap here. I mean, it says with the lap time the Skippy can get around in a 1:14.138, so really rapid laps. Be very careful. I mean, there is only one slipstream infest, but it's not that bad. It will be very awkward to overtake here in places. Should be a good week. This is quite a tight circuit for the Skippy, and it does generally prefer that. Lime rock racing is always fun in these things, so hopefully this one will be the same. Otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope this helped you. Very brief video this one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.